there was one thing that really helped my channel out, I would say hanging out with the Sidemen and the QPR career man.
Really?
Which one affected it more, though?
It's got to be the QPR career man. You know, the coin days were just the glory days. I mean, you'd literally put this intro at the beginning and the cash would just come in. But yeah, it was a cool experience, you know, filming with Ronaldo.
What was he like?
Okay, I think I can, I'll go into it.
James Arthur wouldn't be up there for you then.
No, hit me with a DM. I'll see if I can find it now. Okay, here we go. Oh, it's long. It looks. It is.
Couldn't leave it without asking you the famous question. Do you really want to be in the Sidemen?
I get this all the time.
Yeah.
And the answer has always been the same for the last 6-7 years, whatever it is.
You have to kick one of them out. Who are you kicking out?
Okay, I would kick out.
Oh, Jesus!
Just found out.
That's an exclusive right here.
Congratulations.
Jack is going to be a...
So you're coughing already. Hello guys, welcome back to Jack Makes Happy Hour. Stevie's coughing in this studio. We've got a guest who lives with a man that's ill. We've got Calfreezy. Do you live with Harry?
Yeah, I do live with Harry.
And he's a bit ill, is he?
He's got a little bit of a dry cough, but nothing.
That's literally the open... Right, they say if you get a weird, dry, chesty cough that you've never really had before, it's quite unique. That is the telltale sign of coronavirus.
That's all I've had, really.
Well,
He's only got a little bit of a dry cough.
Oh, man. I wish that someone just smashed into me on the M11 this morning now.
How are you, Jordan?
Right now, I'm great.
No coughs?
Not at the moment.
Right.
Tomorrow. Give me 5 days and I'll be quarantined.
You've done it again, mate.
I'm coughing. I can't
Please
help
tell me
it.
you're taking the piss.
No, I have had a bit of a cough over the last few days.
This was such a shit idea. Like, I was thinking the whole way down, like, this is going to be a mistake.
The thing is, if us three die, YouTube aren't really missing out. If he dies, people are going to give a shit, aren't they?
But we will be the first people in Norfolk with corona.
That's
I heard
true.
you guys are completely. Well, there's absolutely no cases up there.
No cases.
How did that happen?
I don't know.
It's
but
our DNA.
I have just been licking tube seats and stuff, so I will bring that back, baby. I'll bring that back. How are you, Cal? All right?
Yeah, man, I'm good. I don't have a dry cough just yet. But I feel like now that he's done that, it's sort of made my brain start thinking, shit, I might have a dry cough. I might have a dry cough. So if I do dry cough in the middle of this, then more power to us.
And the thing is, we're recording this 12th of March.
Yeah.
Don't know when it's going to go out.
Yeah.
By then, half of the country could be dead.
Oh, mate.
Done.
It could mutate.
We could be dead.
We could be
dead. Right, let's lighten the mood.
Society could crumble.
Fuck it. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Cal, I don't know if you listened to the show before, but our go-to question for all the guests is, what is your go-to meal deal?
Yeah, no, I did know this question was coming up.
He's prepared.
Do you know what? I usually just get something really boring. McCoy's crisps.
What flavour?
Grilled steak.
Yeah.
That's not boring.
No,
That's good.
that's great.
Grilled steak. In terms of the sandwich, though, that changes. That changes all the time.
You mix it up.
I mix it up, so I can't give you a straight answer on that one. And then in terms of a drink, a Ribena usually.
Right, okay. Well, we can't let you just skim over the sandwich, unfortunately.
I thought I did quite well. I just moved on to the Ribena.
This is hard-hitting journalism. You can't skip questions.
Because right now, Ribena and Steak McCoy's great shouts. This is, in my mind, this is going to be one of the best meal deals we've had. So you've really got to pull it out of the bag with this sandwich. If you had to go today, what are you in the mood for today?
A meal deal. So in terms of, the thing is, I don't know if this next sandwich is actually part of the meal deal, but it is the chicken and stuffing.
No, it is.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Solid.
That's
That's
a
a great
I
shout.
would go for that then.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of an issue with it.
A
I
weird
won't
issue.
lie. That's a December sandwich.
His logic is
Stuffing is all year round.
he thinks it's only allowed around Christmas.
Nah.
So if you go for a carvery,
Yeah.
no stuffing.
Nah, loads.
And that's the kicker
But
in this.
I'm not having it in a sandwich. Like, that's,
Right.
for me,
I know
that's
that,
like...
that is a Christmas day after your Christmas dinner. You put the turkey and the stuffing that's left over in a sandwich.
After a Christmas dinner, I just pull out the chicken and stuff in Tesco meal deal sandwich. That's what,
That's where it stemmed from.
No, I think it's similar to kind of like getting cranberry in a sandwich.
Yeah,
You ain't doing that out of the month.
Cranberry
I'm not
in a
touching
sandwich anyway
cranberry.
is just a no.
Are you-
100%.
Just
Yeah.
a big no.
Yeah, not cranberry, man.
Oh, we've had a bit of history of cranberry on here as well. I'm Alex, the fucking weirdo. Gets cranberry pizza.
No, don't say he always does. He decided to get it once.
I've seen it once, therefore in my mind he always does it.
It was disgusting.
So that's not even the weirdest thing about this pizza. You got a cranberry pizza. You know how you cut a pizza? You go in. Do you go all the way across? Do you go in and out?
No, you go all the way across.
All the way across.
Yeah.
Normal.
Who goes in and out?
Yeah.
What is strange bloke?
See, that would be weird, wouldn't it?
That's
right?
very strange.
He goes one step further. He fucking goes.
He doesn't cut triangles.
The yin and yang.
Yeah.
They're not triangles.
No, he'll just go in and then he'll take a little right turn. He'll take the scenic route around a fucking pepper. Mad guy. Mad guy. You've probably said this numerous times online, but what is Calfreezy? What's that name about?
There's actually no like interesting story at all behind it. It's pretty boring, to be honest with you. What happened
brilliant.
What happened was I was at school. We'll get onto it in a bit, but I lived in a lot of countries. When I lived in Egypt, there was a bloke there, and he was really into the rapper Young Jeezy. You can see where this is going already.
So when you say there was a bloke there that was into him, was you that bloke?
No, I wasn't. I genuinely wasn't. And then one day he just called me it. And he sort of called me that was my nickname for the next 2 weeks,
right,
while he was interested in the rapper. And then I ended up getting a PlayStation shortly after that, and I was like, I'll just make that my PlayStation name, and then from there it's just been the name of everything that I've created.
And then the rest was history.
There we
So
go.
if Young Jeezy is watching this or listening to this,
You've inspired.
then reach out.
Is he still going, this Young Jeezy?
I don't know.
This young Jezebel.
I have no idea. Right, so you touched on it. You lived in Egypt.
Yes.
This is a mad thing. And I know we did a podcast many moons ago, but we're going to go over some of the same stuff because people actually listen to this one.
Hey.
So talk us through some of the places you've lived in, because your eyebrows were raised when he
Yes,
said
instantly.
Yeah.
So I lived in Vietnam at the age of 3 till about the age of 10. So I was there for about 7 years. From there, I moved to Russia, stayed in Russia for a year. Then I moved to Scotland, a short stint there, 6 months.
Couldn't handle Scotland.
Yeah.
Russia and Nam. Fine. Scotland. Fuck that off.
Then Egypt for like 3 years, back to Scotland, and then finished school there and came down to London and did YouTube.
That's mad. Is that just because are your parents like big traveling people?
My dad worked in the oil industry, so wherever that was, we just sort of followed that around.
Fair. And what was Scotland up there for you?
No. Look, Scotland is a lovely place, but I think my favourite place out of all of them was probably Egypt.
Really?
Yeah, Egypt was amazing. I love living there.
I can't. Does it? I'm going to be a bit of a cliche or like a stereotype here, but is it
Did
all?
you get a camel to school? When I went back to Scotland and finished school there, the questions I would get asked were absolutely ridiculous.
I've got to be careful what I say now. Then.
Go ahead. I'll tell you if they're
Is
fucking
it sandy?
Did you live in a pyramid?
It was questions just like that, actually. No, I didn't. I lived in something they call an apartment block.
Oh.
And that was very exciting. But yeah, no, so I lived there. But I went to sort of American and international schools when I lived abroad, hence the accent that's just completely fucked.
Yeah, so, well, we tweeted out and asked people to ask questions for you at the end of the show, and a couple of people asked what the accent is. And it was weird because I then went onto your channel because I was like, I swear he's just got a normal accent, and then I was like, I don't have a clue.
So I said it to you the other day. I was like, where is he from? I'm so confused.
Well, how would you describe the accent?
Well, it's sort of like an international school accent. And I know that sounds weird, but if you meet other people from international schools that sort of grew up living abroad like I did, we actually sound relatively similar. It's really strange.
Right. So there's schools in different countries that have all like the foreigners in.
Yeah. So they're called international schools, but sometimes because they tend to be really good schools, a lot of times you will get locals that go to that school as well. But
right.
For the most part, it's like a lot of expat people, they go there.
Fair.
So there was a lot of like American military kids there as well. Yeah.
Mad.
There's a big group of people, and a lot of the teachers tend to be American as well.
So did you only start YouTube once you kind of settled in England, or was you doing it?
No, so I started it in Scotland in the middle of school, which is always a bit of a risky one, especially back then. Nobody really understands YouTube. No one really gets it. So going into school to tell everyone that you make Call of Duty videos doesn't go down quite well.
Yeah, you're the weirdo.
Yeah, well, I was the weirdo, but I was fortunate because I had a good group of friends around me.
Right.
And so they were all into it as well. In a sense, they didn't make YouTube videos, but they played a lot of Call of Duty and they watched YouTubers at the time. So I was probably getting rinsed by a bunch of other people, but fortunately, I had these, sort of 5-6 mates around me that would just told me to keep going. So,
Yeah.
And I would love to see the sort of success rate, or people that start YouTube in school get bullied out of it. And just end up a month, 2 months, 3 months later, just sack it off because I can't hack it.
Yeah,
and I bet you that is so high.
Yeah,
so
fucking hell. People used to give me so much shit for YouTube, so much shit.
Definitely.
I started off doing 30 facts about me, like that kind of shit. Like, who was you watching before you started?
Well, I was into the Call of Duty scene, so there might be some viewers out there that watch, but it was people like Hutch, Tabes. Was another guy. It was all just Call of Duty people like Optic Hex, all those guys back then. But I was just Call of Duty until then. I moved into sort of the FIFA stuff. FIFA took me to sort of where I am now, and then in the last year and a bit, I've sacked off FIFA, and now I do whatever the fuck I want. Really.
Yeah, how would you describe your channel?
Well, people always ask me this, like whenever I'm working with brands, or I'm, people just normally ask, so what sort of videos do you make? And honestly, the only way that I can describe it is me and my friends dicking around. Because it's such my channel literally has everything on it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I can't really tell you exactly what I do. It's realistically just me and my friends fucking around.
Did you ever watch any of the old vloggers back in the day?
Of course, yeah. So I watched my guy Alfie Days, obviously a big fan of this podcast.
He'll be listening.
Yeah, he will be. He had like Alfie Days, Marcus Butler. So I wasn't necessarily like I wouldn't watch them all the time, but I knew of them, and sort of everyone that was in the YouTube space knew of them because they were at the top of sort of UK YouTube.
Yeah.
So you had those guys, Marcus Butler.
What about even before them? Like, do you remember Charlie? So called?
Yeah, Charlie. Yeah, I remember that. But I
remember that.
Yeah. No, I didn't, because I didn't watch it. I knew of these people.
Yeah.
I wasn't really interested in the videos at the time.
Right.
I was just so into gaming that I didn't really care about it.
Sam Pepper.
By the way, he's back in action.
No.
He's reinvented himself.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
But to this day, one of the biggest snake movements of all time that YouTube has ever seen was the Mazzy Maz. You know who Mazzy Maz was?
Yeah.
Sam Pepper's mate. Literally, as soon as as soon as that all kicked off, Mazzy Maz was like, he's not my mate. Don't know him. Literally, completely cut him off, and then he comes back 6 months later screaming into a mic, just blowing up the scene.
Yeah, he does music now, doesn't he?
And you just gotta rate it. Like, he snaked it, and he's absolutely
You got to part ways.
Wow. Right, let's go back to Call of Duty, because I do like to talk about it because it's very nostalgic.
Yeah.
We had Ethan on a few episodes back, and we were speaking about the first one you played, your favourite one, and then we'll go on to your favourite map. So, what's the first one you played?
The first one I played was COD 4.
Right.
Yeah. What was the next one?
And your favourite one?
Oh, and my favourite one was probably just Modern Warfare 2. Not because necessarily it was the best game. Like, if you were to look at it from a completely sort of objective standpoint, it probably wasn't the best game, but it's the one that I have the most memories of. Me and my friends jumping on when we get back from school, getting nukes, all that sort of stuff. Just having the best time was definitely Modern Warfare 2. So that's why it's my favourite game.
Yeah. Nukes. I've said before on here, I'm not a fan of them.
No, but it was a time in which COD came along. Those were so much fun, something to try and get. You had the Noob Tube one-man army, all that bollocks that came along. The Wings of Redemption, if you remember him, versus Syndicate. There was so many scandals that happened during in the COD community.
Modern Warfare 2, best map, Jordan.
Oh, fucking hell.
Well, them two flirt. Look, Stevie's gone over there to help him with his mic, and he's
Don't cough on me.
Yeah,
Don't cough on me.
I see Cal. He's leant back. He's not breathing at all.
Don't cough on me. But this thing is the floppiest.
I kept watching the mic was just
slowly after a night out. I tried to put it up as much as I can, but it just, no matter what, just slowly goes back down.
Fuck's sake, go on. Maps, favourite. MW2. Is that the one with Favela?
Yes. Is that the one that's got Vacant on it? It's an awful map.
No, Vacant was COD 4.
Yeah. Was it?
Yeah, they keep like.
What ones are more? Yeah, because they keep filtering them into the new one, which I rate very highly, by the way.
Terminal
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
One of
great
my
map.
favourites.
Yeah.
With the blown up plane.
The best maps ever, though, I think, were on COD 5. No one seems to rate COD 5. Do you not?
No, it's okay. No. The game was fine, but if you're talking about one of the greats, we're not putting COD 5 in the mix.
Oh, what?
COD 5
was
was
good.
World at War, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
World at War.
that is
I didn't
my
like the
game.
guns.
It was good. I enjoyed it, but you got to go COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, then I would say Black Ops, then I would say COD 5.
Right, you moved from COD to FIFA. I went on your channel yesterday, do a little bit of research, and you used to find like hidden gems on Ultimate Team and stuff like that.
So my big series that I still hold probably the best bit of content I ever produced was QPR Career Mode.
Nice.
That's very niche.
No. It is genuinely the series that sort of blew my channel up, if you will, if there is a series. Because I never really had, my growth was very much just like steady over time. It wasn't too much of a pinpoint. But if I were to say if there was one thing that really helped my channel out, I would say hanging out with the Sidemen and the QPR Career Mode.
Really? what
which one affected it more though?
It's got to be the QPR Career Mode.
I was looking back at them yesterday, as I said, and you used to find these hidden gem players on Ultimate Team.
Yeah.
And I went on just a random one.
I feel I can almost sense something coming.
No,
Go
it's
ahead,
good.
go ahead.
It's good,
Yeah,
right?
no, I'm ready.
It was like 8 years ago or something. You discovered Marko Arnautovic. Like,
Yeah.
there's this
Well,
random geezer for this club, and Cal's there going, I'm not even going to try and pronounce his surname because I don't know what it is, so we're just going to call him Marco. Lots of potential. I'm there like, fucking hell. This guy's like Pogba's agent or something.
I'm not even joking. The amount of times that just happens in general across FIFA is that you will find a good player that is absolutely shit, and then about 3 or 4 years later, he's playing at a team that you're well aware of.
Yeah.
Happens so much.
That's
but,
mad.
I mean, yeah, it's
Didn't
crazy.
hang on. How did this work? So, football. Yeah, so clubs now, like actual teams, I know this isn't FIFA, but they actually go to Football Manager to scout players.
Yeah.
That's fucking mental.
Shows how in depth it is.
shows how in depth. Then I don't know. I think it's also pretty poor as well.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, Football Manager is great, and you're right, it does go into depth loads. But I mean, really, are we genuinely?
They've got the money to
Millions
send
and
players
millions
to
of
these
pounds.
grounds to watch them and stuff. Yeah.
So
also, just while we're because I've been playing a bit of Footy Manager 2020, if anyone's starting a career, you want to go to Leeds and you want to take Rafa Mujica. He's 18. He's fucking unbelievable. He scored a lot of goals. There goes my top tip.
That sounds like a Football Manager name.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's
Rafa
always them
Mujica.
names. Yeah.
Mate.
Like that guy that we played five-a-side with a couple of weeks ago, that Jamal Loza.
Yeah.
He used to be like a Football Manager gem.
Man.
But now he's playing for Woking.
Yeah.
But some of them make
And
it,
play
some
the
of them
goals
don't.
on
Yeah.
Tuesday
See,
night.
if I did a hidden gems on him, he's probably playing at Premier.
Up top with Marko Arnautovic in the
There you go,
Chinese Super League. Jack Sullivan, the son of the owner of West Ham, he reportedly told his dad about what was his name, Modibo Maega, and he found him on Football Manager and
Really?
said, "Dad, buy him." And his dad actually went out and bought him, and he was utter shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
Cheers for that, Jack. Cal, FIFA coins.
FIFA coins. Oh,
We spoke about this on the previous pod. I was not a part of this world. I never really delved into gaming, apart from PS3 Unlocked. But what? How did that work? Because were you at the middle of that?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, I mean, I've said it like 1,000 times before. Like, the coin days were just the glory days. I mean, you literally put this intro at the my and the cash would just come in.
How though? Talk us through it. Like,
Okay, well,
if someone like my dad's listening to this, they won't have a clue. And I
Okay,
think,
so obviously in FIFA you have the coins as the currency, but they found a way to sort of harvest and create these coins, and then you could just go and buy coins, and then it would tell you a card to sort of list up, and then they'll go and buy it. And so, yeah, there you go. And it was just so much cheaper than buying EA's official currency, FIFA points. So you would save so much money by doing it. And then what the FIFA coins guys sort of realized, if we just pay a bunch of YouTubers money to promote our coin service, and that's where the meme sort of came along. You use Calfreezy at checkout for 5% off, 10% off, whatever.
yeah.
And then people just started raking it in. Like,
Really?
These guys, even if they did it for 6 months, they could have lived off it they're making millions across in these 6 months.
So were people hacking into the server to get these coins?
No, it wasn't. So I don't really know too much about the back end stuff. because I wasn't involved in it. But yeah, the way these guys were doing it, there were lots of loopholes in the way that you could sort of harvest these coins, creating new accounts, discarding the starter team, then moving it into one account. Do you know what I mean? So there's loads of different ways to do it.
Right.
But they managed to find like an automated system so that while they're sleeping, this thing is just churning down, boom, boom, boom. So
fucking hell.
And it got to a point where, so the EA and EA employees had been telling the execs and everything about this, like, yo, this coin selling stuff, it's gonna mess up the whole market, blah blah blah. It kept going on, but the execs, they didn't see any. There was no sort of what was it, like, impact in their earnings and their profits and things like that. So the execs just told them, shut up. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't need to spend any time on it. Keep working on what you're working on. And then there's a few EA employees that are there just like, this is gonna come and just like fuck everything up. So one quarter comes in and they showed a loss of, I mean, it's like, I can't remember whether it was like 50 or like 60 million, something crazy. I don't remember the exact figure, but we're talking like those sort of numbers.
Big money, yeah.
And then the execs go, well, what the fucking happened there then, guys? And
loads of little 16-year-old YouTubers are running around buying mansions.
Well, and then at that point, they go, well, you need to do something about this. And they're like, we've been telling you we need to do something about it. Anyway, so that's when price ranges came in, and everyone just suffered from crippling depression. You know what I mean? Like, it was just, yeah.
Do you play Ultimate Team now still?
Not as much. I still play it like here and there, but I'm more, I play like clubs, things like that with friends. Yeah. Just more fun.
I've tried to get into Ultimate Team and that, and we've had like people sat opposite us who love it and live by it, but I can't work out, I can't grasp it.
I loved Ultimate Team for a while, maybe when it first came out for a few years, because I used to quite like KSI's Road to Division 1 videos. Yeah. I used to love playing it, but then I always found it died around February, March, when all the players just went really cheap. Yeah. So I'd get to Division 1 and then just be like, what's pointless playing now?
It's the ultimate business model, though.
Yeah.
If you actually think about what, I mean, it's literally just buying, put loads of money in, and then every October they go, well, all of that stuff that you've just bought is worth absolutely fuck all. Here's a new game now.
Yeah. Buy it all again.
Do the same.
Yeah.
Let's do it for another year.
And people do.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough.
But then the YouTubers and the e-gamers, is that what they're called?
The esports player.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Put some respect on that, Jack.
How old are you, Jack?
The future.
They sound like my granddad. The e-gamers? No, they make their money back, don't they? So, like, Chris told us that he got Ronaldo in a pack, and then that was like his YouTube career sorted for a long time.
Yeah. But
these kids, what are they getting out of it?
It's not even, look, even these esports players that are playing FIFA, the prize money that they're winning in these tournaments are nowhere near enough to be covering how much they're playing or how much they're putting into the game. So it's like even their competitive players are struggling to, make ends meet, and then they go and sign it to a team, and the team, they're really having to play the long game and hope that in the future it's going to be worth it, because right now being involved in FIFA esports is a bit of a money sink.
Really?
Yeah. But there is always a thing that esports is growing, and later down the line the viewership needs to get bigger, everything needs to go up. But yeah, I mean, I would not like to be a FIFA esports player.
How do you know how like the esports works and stuff?
Yeah.
How does it work? Like, because I see like Spencer hashtag and that, like signing boys up, and then I'm like, oh, you've already heard I'm a fucking idiot. I just said e-gamers. I don't know. Like, how do the players get paid?
I mean, it completely depends on the contract that they have with these teams.
Right.
A lot of the time, they'll be given 90% of the prize pool. So if these players go and play, I don't know what team, Fnatic, let's just say Fnatic.
Yeah.
I've got no idea, by the way, guys, I'm just spitballing numbers here. 90% of the prize pool, they win 100,000, they keep 90,000 of it, and 10,000 goes to the organization. But the organization are paying these guys salaries every month to keep things ticking over, because the prize pools are so small that unless you're winning it every single time, you're not making big money.
Really?
Do you know what I mean? And realistically, these are the top guys playing arguably the most popular game in the world, or one of the most, and they're not getting paid for their work, and it's absolutely mental.
So would it generate income from people wanting to watch the tournaments? Is that how that would happen?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's the viewers, and EA have to supply the prize pool. and they probably get it through sponsorships from other companies wanting to sponsor their event, but the viewership needs to be up. And right now, it doesn't really compare to the top esports out there, which is really bizarre because you would think football is such a global and international game that this should be doing much better. And a lot of people say it's because of the game, you know. The format 1 versus 1 is kind of boring. It's like, why don't we make it 4 versus 4? I think that would be a lot more interesting to watch.
Yeah.
I think there's lots of different ways to do it, and maybe they'll end up doing it, but right now...
Maybe, off the top of my head, I'm thinking maybe a reason why. Do you want to keep coughing in my direction?
Yes. I don't want to cough towards the guest. That'd be rude.
He's got it anyway, we've established. Maybe it's because, like, with FIFA... There's football games you can watch all, like actual football matches you can watch all the fucking time.
That's true, yeah.
So like you can watch Liverpool in the Champions League one night, or you can go and watch...
Not anymore. Sorry.
True. Thank you.
True. Whereas you can't find people like sniping people's heads off from...
what are the top
that
esports
would be
games?
big business. Live streaming war. I know it's a bit morbid.
What, actual war?
Yeah, I know it's a bit morbid, but let's just be honest. You'd watch it. Yeah, fucking laugh at me. You'd watch it though, wouldn't you?
I don't know.
It'd have to be really well done. Like, you know, I want FPS stuff.
Yeah. No buffering.
No.
None of that shit.
Did you had an esports team once, didn't you?
Yes. Yeah. So
do you still have it?
No, so I did it with Rebel, so when we had the football.
Right.
And, you know, we can go into that, but I ended up stopping that. But the esports side, I really wanted to continue because I actually quite enjoyed it. It wasn't, you know, a big money maker. It wasn't anything that you'd go, wow, this is worth so much money. But it was something I was genuinely just interested in, and the people that we were working with were really great as well. So yeah, I mean, I understand, you know, how these teams are making money, but FIFA is just so far behind. I mean, if you want to talk about the top ones, you're looking at Dota, League of Legends. Other, you know, there's a lot of other, but CSGO as well. You got Call of Duty is sort of doing its best at the moment, and then you probably have FIFA. There's probably a few others in there as well.
Is Fortnite still popping off?
Oh yeah, sorry, Fortnite as
I always see Rocket League do tournaments every time I'm on it.
What?
Rocket League does. Every time I go on Rocket League, there's always like an esports live event up that you can watch. I just play, but...
What, that little arcade game?
Rocket League's brilliant.
The one that you begged me to buy, and I bought it and played it once and slung it in the bin.
It was a good game. Vix likes it.
Is it? It's the first. Do you know what the first computer game ever invented was? Pong. Pong. That's what Rocket League is.
No, it isn't.
You're hitting a ball with a little pad like into the goal.
You're doing the same thing on FIFA, really?
Yeah.
He's made a point there.
Fuck you.
The cars can fly. Fucking Messi can't. Rocket League's more exciting.
Oh dear. Before we go to a break, I've developed, just going to crowbar this in here, a little Twitter game for you.
Okay.
We had Ethan on and we played a game of side mentions where he had to guess which Sidemen it was that tweeted this.
Oh, no.
We've changed it up a little bit now.
Okay.
And basically, I'm going to give you one of your tweets and you have to fill in the blank.
Okay.
I spent probably 17, 18 minutes trying to think of a title. I've come up with Cal Blanky.
Oh, fucking yeah.
All right, how about
Jesus.
Calfreezy there? And fill in the blanks.
That's better.
Is that
That's better. I like that.
Fine.
He doesn't care.
He's not impressed.
Just tell him to tweet.
He has hated every minute of this podcast. Okay, right, boys, because you've not heard the blanks
No,
either,
can we
have you?
fill it in as well?
You can. We'll let Cal answer, and then if he doesn't know what it is straight away, you can all deliberate and
So
work
Jordan
it
and I can guess this based on the 30 minutes we've spent with you. What we
I'm
think you
expecting you
tweet.
to get every
out. And all the
single
hours
one
of content that you've watched.
All of them. I don't watch any YouTubers.
I know.
When Vix came on, Jack started it with, I guess we've all really been excited for it. I'm like, I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, but you've got.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, you asked him what the Sidemen was.
I did.
But
I know now.
God.
You know that, right?
Just no research done prior.
Sorry.
You just feed someone in there and just let
Half the time, Jack doesn't tell us what guest is in here until we get to the studio.
I'm not true, Geordie.
And then I dedicated 2 weeks of my life to learn the Labour Party inside out for Corbyn, and he pulled out 8 minutes before.
I did see that tweet.
8 minutes
I
before.
hate people like you that tweet things like that.
Why?
You were like, someone has not come. I can't say who, but someone.
The only
Fuck
reason
off then don't tweet.
The only reason he didn't want to say who is because we were still hoping he'd
turn
come
up.
back.
Okay.
But
then still a dickhead tweet though.
Also, it's good to drum up a bit of suspense. You got to play the game.
You're like, that's like the classic YouTuber. I'm working on a secret project, but nobody nobody can know about it.
Yeah, I hate
you keep
that.
going on about that.
Or I've got an announcement coming up.
Yeah.
So you've just announced you've got an announcement. That's what that is.
I've done that before, though. I think every YouTuber at some stage has done that weird cucking tweet.
Yeah. I'll do it, and then I'll moan about it because I'm a hypocrite.
Fine. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, and on the Facebook version of that, if you're not an influencer, is just to post a picture of you in A&E. But just your feet up on the chair. Check in to Norfolk and Norwich Hospital. What's up, babe? Inbox me. Rather not say. Fuck off. Fuck off.
You've kind of now done that whole thing with this game. Everyone's expecting this game to come, but we're not doing it.
Yes.
Here we go.
Calfreezy then. Fill in the blanks.
That's growing on me a lot.
Good.
That's good.
I might not make you orgasm, but I'll still blank. And I do just want to say blank could be one word or a few words.
Okay, yeah. But I'll still... this is going to be a few words, I reckon.
Right.
But I'll still...
So he's not sure.
I don't know. The thing is, I remember the beginning of this tweet. Because I remember tweeting it, thinking this sounds a bit weird, but I was like, but let's hope I can write it.
I like how you remember I might not make you orgasm. Like I remember that, obviously.
No, that goes without saying. I let everyone know that.
That's how you start all your tweets.
I just showed them the tweet, actually.
Sign there.
I've not got a clue, so I'm more than welcome to listen to any suggestions.
Oh, God.
I feel like it's going to be quite a nice tweet.
Yeah, I mean, you could go
No,
funny
it won't be anything. It won't be anything.
So what is it? So I probably won't make you
I might not make you orgasm, but I'll still blank.
Can I get a date on it?
No. See, we put the dates on before. But
How did you go quite far back? Because I think that would be in...
do you remember how far back you went for this, Fiona? She's saying. No, we'll leave it. We'll leave it. Oh, she's put the date. 2018.
Okay, so it wouldn't have been
This is
anything
the day
too
after my
inappropriate,
birthday.
I don't think.
No one cares, but so I might not make you orgasm, but I'll still pay you.
Hold on.
Allegedly.
Okay, no. This is somehow just turned into a roast now.
Goes to a prostitute and hopes.
What do you
I think
reckon?
it'll be quite nice. Look, it's only 2 years ago. He wasn't going to be immature and stupid.
But I'll
hopefully
still...
Cuddle you afterwards.
Okay.
Oh God, I hope it's nothing cringe like
Maybe
that.
it's rather
You'd
rather pay you.
Please don't be that.
I will say,
like
it's
put in a
not-
good shift.
Right. Okay. That would be laddie. It's not laddie.
Yeah.
It is a bit fee at 500.
Oh no.
No, that's worth. I'll take Laddie over fucking
Okay.
500.
It
Go on
was. I might not make it. What is your guess for?
then. No, mate, I'm
don't know.
clueless. Yeah, you're just gonna have to.
I might not make you orgasm, but I'll still turn up with 20 nuggets with sweet and sour sauce.
Nice.
That is.
That's nice though.
Right, next.
You're a lovely guy.
Anyways, and it actually says, anyways, blank is probably the most pen girl out there at the moment.
Oh,
This is from 2018 as well.
Emily Ratajkowski.
Do you know?
No, but that's just who I just think is super fit. And I think in 2018 I did like her, but I also tweet shit like this out there. Like if there's funny stuff going on in the group chat, I'll just say it to wind one of the boys up. So
Okay.
So it could have been one of those scenarios in that case, and it'll be someone a bit west.
It's someone that you would say this about.
You would say.
Yeah.
So is it not
an attractive person?
Yeah.
Is it not Ratajkowski?
No, it's actually
Zoella. That's the sort of stuff I would have said just for a wind up. But
that would wind me up. Anyways,
who is Peng?
Dua Lipa.
Bonjour.
I was going to say you met her the other day, but it wasn't. It was Cal.
Lux.
Cal Lux, yeah. I can't sleep because of this. I'm so pissed off, vexed. Why couldn't you sleep?
Because
This was 2016.
I know what this is.
I can't sleep.
I'm going-
with this
no
blank.
way.
I'm
go on
going.
then.
I reckon it's an erection.
So it was
I'm sorry.
2016.
No, yeah.
That
it
makes-
could have
I
been
can't
wrong.
sleep. Was it? I can't sleep.
Because of this blank, I'm so pissed off, vexed. It has a reference.
What about Brexit vote 2016?
Oh,
you
very
deeply-
political.
No. When was Trump put in?
Same year.
Yeah.
Same year. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with that.
He seems confident. So you think it's
I don't know,
I
it
can't
just
sleep
started-
because of this Trump-Clinton debate. No, it's I can't sleep because of this penguin. I'm pissed off, vexed. What's that about?
That might have been from like a video or a stream.
I think it must have been because one of the Sidemen tweeted something about a sketty penguin and also put vexed in the same thing.
Then, yeah.
That's what it is. Right, you're not doing very well, but we've got a few more.
There you go.
Hi guys, and this is fit.
Wait, does it really start with hi guys?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
What year are we on for this one?
2013, 2014.
What was this one, Fee? Don't know. Okay, cool. Right, just finish this tweet. Hey guys, gonna be at VidCon today. Make sure you come and say hi.
No, I've never been to VidCon, so it was obviously waffle.
But it was on your Twitter. So finish the
Where's the blank?
Wait, where's the blank?
Yeah, where's the
Sorry?
blank?
Finish the tweet.
Oh, so hey
Yeah.
guys, I'm
gonna
gonna
be at VidCon today. Make sure you come and say hi.
Psych, I'll never fucking be there. Something like that.
Hey guys, gonna be at VidCon today. Make sure you come and say hi.
Yeah.
Psych.
Yeah.
I'd rather run a marathon with Lego strapped to my feet.
No.
We'll give you that,
Brilliant.
mate. We'll give you that one. We'll give you that one.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Tonight's porn consisted of
Oh.
blank.
Okay, so this would have been a Russell. who is I trying to rustle with this tweet? I want to say maybe potentially midget porn.
This is 2016.
This is 2016, yeah.
Consists
Midget
of-
porn was on the rise.
No, it was a trending topic.
Yeah.
I can tell it was it was a very trending topic.
What year?
2016.
2016.
Is it? Are we back to Trump? Hillary Clinton.
Don't think political.
No. When was? Yeah. No.
I don't think you'll get it.
You don't think I will?
No.
If it's really West, then probably not. I can't think. So it was obviously a trending thing at the time.
Yeah.
2016. We've had Brexit. We've had
Euros?
Trump.
No.
No, you're on the right lines.
Euros.
Olympics?
No.
No.
I'll tell you, shall I?
Yeah, go on then.
I've lost it. No, tonight's porn consisted of staring at the league table. Leicester, you mad cunts. There you go. So you're almost there. We'll do two more. At James Charles.
Oh.
Come blank my blank.
Come on my. What is it? Come
blank my
yeah.
blank.
Come on my face. I don't know.
I like how your mind's gone. I probably would have tweeted that.
Oh, 100%. Mate.
It was at James.
Come wash my car.
Come in
Can't
my
be a
ass.
nice. No, what? No.
Oh, it could have been. It could have been.
Hang on.
It could have been.
Come in my ass.
Yeah, well, he said on his face.
True. For some reason, that's more acceptable.
Well, that involves penetration, doesn't
Yeah, right. It's at
Oh,
James Charles.
that point it gets weird, does it?
it? Until then,
Come fix my trim.
There you go.
Okay, that might have been.
I was closest on that one.
And then the final one, there's two blanks in this. If a girl has blank,
Chlamydia.
when they blank, is it coming out like a sprinkler?
Oh, if they get their nipples pierced when they breastfeed, is it coming out like a sprinkler?
Bang on.
Because I still do wonder. By the way, does anyone have the answer
Yeah,
to
if
that?
anyone wants to answer that,
no.
I'll be impressed if anyone can genuinely. I've still to this day not figured out what happens.
Fiona, what happens there?
well, I can only assume it's like a.
I'll
let you know.
In 9. Oh, Jesus!
Just found out.
That's an exclusive right here.
Congratulations.
Jack is going to be a father.
Wait.
You don't know, do you?
No, wait.
He's shitting himself. You're shitting yourself.
No.
What, Jack? What?
I just thought for ages I didn't get it. And I thought, why is she getting a nipple pierced in 9 months? I thought she's booked that in early.
Congrats, Abby. There you go.
That's rank.
Oh my god.
That is rank. Oh God,
Are you okay?
I've got loads of other questions, but I'm just trying to. I'm sweating.
Amongst Jack's new news that he's going to be a dad, if anyone does want to answer how...
Please let me know in the comments or tweet us.
Women lactate with nipple piercing. I imagine it's like a tube that goes, so the piercing wouldn't make a difference.
I'm pretty sure it means you
does
can't
it
breastfeed as well.
genuinely Like, are we talking the little three-way?
Yeah, I don't know. It'd be two-way, wouldn't it?
Well, no, because you've also got the original hole. You don't pierce through where the milk
Disinfect.
originally comes out.
I don't think the
Well,
milk.
you don't know.
I don't think the milk comes out like a tube. I think it just like comes out.
What of everything?
Yeah, it just kind of seeps out. Like when we
Don't use the word seep.
when we sweat, it doesn't go like. Psst. like Play-Doh?
No, because that's like that's different.
It's a
That's like your
teat.
gland.
It's a teat, isn't it? Like a cow's.
Like a cow's is one that you squeeze and it.
I'll tell you two things that I've realised recently.
Can I take a piss?
You're a
You're
father.
gonna be a dad, yeah.
Can I go to the toilet, please?
Yeah, we'll
bursting for a piss.
we'll take a break there.
yeah.
I've got to have some words with Fiona, and when we come back, we'll carry on chatting to Cal. Come back in a sec. Hello, guys, and welcome back to Jack Mate's Happy Hour. In the first half of the show, we are speaking about COD, FIFA, milky tits, and all that. We're still here with Calfreezy, or Young G Easy, as they call you. Was it Young G Easy?
No.
Oh, well,
they never actually called me that either. It was just because he was listening to Young Jeezy at the time.
Young Jeezy.
G-Eazy is someone though, isn't it?
G-Eazy is someone, yes.
Right, I want to talk more about your sort of like recent content. This was a few years ago now, but you were kind enough to invite me on your channel. We did a video, a lie detector video.
Yes.
Talk us through that. How accurate? So, for anyone who doesn't know, you hired an official professional lie detector guy. He came with all the equipment and that. First of all, how did you order him? Where did you get him from?
I ordered him off the black market, actually. Yeah. No. I typed in lie detector. Like a higher lie detector guy, as you would into Google, and he was a couple searches down, got him in. He was the first guy that I had, was amazing, really good, and it genuinely felt accurate. Like,
right,
because a lot of the times with the lie detectors, it's got to be very specific sort of setups, and is all very, what's the word, like the control has to be spot on. He has to ask the questions. No one else can be in the room, etc. All that.
Is that the guy that I was there for, or not?
Who was the other person that we had with was it Marcus Butler?
My one I just did with you.
Just you and me.
Yeah.
I need to see the guy. Anyways, the first guy that I had was really good.
Yeah.
And he was really accurate, and he was genuinely being able to tell me how sort of accurate it was, and I genuinely felt as though he knew, because I was intentionally lying in some,
right,
just to see how true and make the video funnier.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and he was able to be like, you're not sure about this, or yeah, you're lying, and he was spot on throughout everyone. And it was
even
hilarious.
when you weren't sure and stuff,
even when I wasn't sure. And he was there like, yeah, you can't quite figure it out, and I'm there like, yeah, like when I said it, I didn't say it with like that I 100% knew. So that was amazing. And at that point, I tried to get him on again, but he just disappeared. So a lot of these lie detector people also do private investigating as well.
Oh,
so he's got these crazy stories of like these people that these couples. He finds the wife cheating on blah blah blah, and just these absolute crazy stories. He was telling me a few of them, and yeah, like so that first guy was fantastic. I tried to get him again, he just disappeared. So then I ended up going with this other guy who I did a couple on. I think it might be this guy with you, and he wasn't very good. Like the stuff wasn't very accurate,
right?
And he would just sort of waffled, really.
Yeah. Was he cheaper?
Was he cheaper? No, he was about the same price, to be honest.
Mad.
Came in, did his thing, and he was like, yeah, it's sort of 50-50, blah, blah, blah. And I was a bit disappointed with that. And that's sort of why I stopped that series, is because I couldn't get a hold of the first guy again. Anyways, a year later, the very first guy pops back up. Sorry, mate, was on a job, blah, 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 all this. So he was away for an entire year on this job. And he's like, oh, if you ever want to do it again, blah, 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 yeah. And I was saying I probably should get back to him, but
yeah. Would you bring it back?
Yeah, but the problem is nowadays, you can't, like, YouTubers don't really like having a lie detector attached to them, especially with the questions I'm going to ask, because you have to ask, like, relatively person wants to make it interesting. No one wants to hear about who your favorite YouTuber is and shit like that.
Yeah.
You want to ask the hard hitting, the funny ones.
Yeah.
So,
because I found it weird, because there was some. I didn't think that I was lying in any of mine, and I was getting told I was lying.
That's what I mean, and that's why I think that guy wasn't very good. Because I remember asking you a question like, "Oh, do you like Zoella, or do you think she's hot, or something like that?" I asked a Zoella-based question, and then you said something, and I think they said it was a lie or whatever. And at that time, I knew not to take any of the answers seriously, because it just wasn't very accurate on that particular occasion. But the very first one I did, and I think now that I'm remembering, it was Will and and Marcus Butler.
Right.
That was actually spot on.
Yeah. Would you take a real lie detector test on YouTube if you didn't know what questions were going to be asked?
Yeah, fuck it.
Would you?
Yeah.
Would you?
Yeah. I haven't got anything to hide. Well, except my job. Other than that, it's...
Yeah, no, I'm just thinking now, like, because I kind of like rubbished the idea of them. I thought, it can't be that accurate. And I reckon when I did your one, it was probably like 70% accurate.
Yeah.
Mainly because I just went in with the mindset, I'm not going to lie to any of the questions. Yeah. And when it told me I was lying, I was a bit like, but it makes you doubt yourself because you think, like, I think one of them was like, are you jealous of Alfie Days?
Yeah.
Like, and like now I could 100% say, no, I'm not. Yeah. Like, but then it made me think, am I? Do you know what I mean? And you kind of doubt yourself.
It's true though.
Yeah.
It's a really bizarre situation because if someone tells you that you're lying and there's a piece of tech there saying that you're lying, oh shit, like maybe
it's a bit. It's not a weird tangent, but obviously the Jeremy Kyle show, right? I always thought with that because it's like 97% accurate or something like that. I always thought there's got to be some times where there's a guy or a woman on the stage as like, have you ever cheated on your partner? They've said no. It's come back as a lie, and actually they were telling the truth like that. Can you imagine that? That'd be fucking devastating. So when you actually, now you've asked me would I do it? I would, but I would be unbelievably fucked off if I was asked a question I knew I was telling the truth, and it came back that I was lying.
That's why they got scrapped, really. Like no one really uses them anymore.
Killing himself, didn't he?
Yeah,
eventually the show canned.
My granddad, when he was in the army, he had to be trained on how to beat lie detectors because back then they were like one of the only sort of methods they had of catching people and spies and shit. And the method is well easy. Like I don't know if it would work now on modern technologies, but you had to convince yourself in your head that the question was different. So if it was, did you kill that man? Instantly you'd have to go, did I steal that van? Did I steal that van? Forget the question and just constantly be thinking, what van? What van? I've never stole a van. And then go, no. And then you are actually answering that question rather than...
Imagine you did that and you went, I did fucking steal a van. Of all the things.
Yeah. I feel so guilty about that fucking van, man.
What was the most awkward... Did you have any awkward moments during that, or was it pretty...
No, not really. I mean, I did one with Saoirse and Kirsty Austin, two girls there, and so I was just asking uncomfortable questions for everyone that time, and it was just funny to get something asking like what YouTubers have been in, all that sort of stuff. So there's just stuff like that there, but it's not like, nothing. But even then, even if there was, I would just go, well, you got to take it with a pinch of salt. Like, it's a lie detector at the end of the day.
You've signed up for it,
yeah. So,
well, if you had to bring it back, who would you get on? Two YouTubers. Who would you like to have?
Oh, I don't know. I'd love to get Jake Paul and Logan Paul on one.
Oh, that would bang.
Yeah, mate. That would just be gold. The questions would be so beautiful.
Jake Paul sat opposite Logan doing a lie detector test. How many views we saying first week?
Gotta be 10 mil.
Yeah, easy.
Easy. The thing is, you'd pitch that idea to them and they'd go, thank you, and they'd just fuck off and do it, wouldn't they? Yeah. And you couldn't blame them. Have you ever, I was going to ask you this at the end, but I feel like it's segued in nice. Have you ever met Jake Paul?
Not Jake Paul. I met Logan Paul though.
Right.
Ages ago with JJ. There's a hilarious photo flying around of me, JJ, Rice Gum, and Logan Paul all stood together in a picture in front of the Super Bowl a while back. Yeah,
I think Logan showed that on the first time he was ever going to fight JJ or
potentially. Yeah, and it was it's just all of us just chilling there.
Do you rate him?
Who, Logan Paul?
Yeah,
I actually do. Obviously, during the whole fight lead up, I'm not interested in anything that he has to do, but I rate him more so the fact that how he bounced back. Because a lot of people say, oh, it's just YouTube boxing. It's like, yeah, but I would argue that this YouTube boxing is far more detrimental if you lose than most boxing out there, besides obviously the big title and title fights and things like that. But just the amount that these guys have to lose and the amount they put on is just phenomenal. And the fact that he's managed to bounce back, not only from the boxing, but from the original incident, the Japan incident, there's so many times. I just really hope that he doesn't go and fuck it up, because what I've noticed is he'll sort of bounce back, things will be going really well, and then it just fucking does something again. He gets too comfortable. People around him get lazy with sort of keeping him in check. It's quite clear that he needs people around him to stop him from doing dumb shit. Which is fine.
Is Mike that guy now, would you say?
I don't know. But the problem is, what if Mike gets caught up in it? He's sort of in that position now where he's doing his own YouTube channel and stuff, is doing fantastic. Is he gonna sort of lose sight of maybe why Logan initially brought him into the team? I don't know. I just feel like I hope he doesn't go and fuck it up again.
Yeah, there was a little bit of not controversy, but like the other day, did you see that knockout? That guy that knocked him out.
Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not.
Oh, it's definitely fake.
Yeah?
I think it's
What
fake.
was it?
There's a pro MMA fighter.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
He's an
UFC fighter.
absolute
He's a beast.
monster.
Yeah, his name escapes me, but he's sparring with Logan.
Paulo Costa, I think.
Something
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's something
and
Costa.
he punches Logan in the face, and Logan, it just knocks him out. Like, he tenses up and just falls straight on his face. But loads of like pro boxers and pro MMA fighters. I should just suggest. I should just address that I've got a huge water bottle because it gets really hot in here. So I just took one of these water tanks. I thought it was gonna be a good visual gag, but for anyone that's listening to it, will not know.
Every time I've been looking at you, I have to look past this
it's on my foot.
Sorry, mate.
It's just dropped
massive
on my
water
foot.
bottle.
Yeah, loads of like pro fighters have been saying that it's clearly faked and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, he has faked a knockout thing before, which was the. But do you remember when that? What's the guy from Rocky called? The guy that turns up to his house randomly dressed as the Russian guy from
Drago.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
Where he turns up and then he fights him and then somehow he gets knocked out with a jab.
Yeah.
It's just so shit. But so that's why I don't really. There's no credit behind. And that, but I do really like his videos. I think now his videos are
He's had to reinvent himself, hasn't he?
He's
After
done a good job.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of people say he copied David Dobrik, but from a viewer's perspective, I don't really give a shit because now there's just better content to watch.
Yeah.
So
And I mean, can you really copy a vlog? Like, I know David Dobrik's got that certain style where it's shorter videos, very quick, boom, boom, boom. But that's what makes good content, quick, sharp content.
Yeah.
I did that really shit video, like you did one as well recently. That
all of them actually.
which one of my followers has the most followers? Right? I think I saw you do it with. Was it with Harry? No, who was it with?
I did it with Lux.
Right. Okay. And then Will did it with someone.
Will did it with me, and then I was like, "Fucking hell!" Quite enjoyed that.
Yeah,
of that, and then I think, but Will took off another guy.
Yeah, so I just took that. I thought it was a very simple concept. I needed to do a brand deal video, so I thought that's safe. I'll whack it in. Everyone in the not everyone, but a big chunk, 20% of the comments are like, "You fucking stole this idea from Jack Sucks at Life." It's like, I don't even know who this guy is. I stole it from Will and Calfreezy.
Is he the guy who then did a video on everyone else stealing his idea?
Probably.
There was it. Yeah, I think.
But that's how trends happen.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I'm not being funny with that concept. That can be applied, Joe, because you are literally, because your friends list or whatever the fuck the thing was isn't the same as his and isn't the same as yours. So the concept works to be spread.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's ridiculous.
I haven't watched the video of him complaining, or was he complaining that everyone has done it? Or
I didn't see the video. I just saw like the title and stuff and the tweet saying like,
I'm hoping he's taking the piss.
all these YouTubers.
That's a big L for him. if he's actually complaining about it, that's a big L.
He probably just doesn't like
video
that he didn't get credit.
Well, we had to go through a stage at the start where people were saying that we were copying True Geordie.
It's a
because
podcast.
we have a podcast. It's madness, isn't it?
I don't think we could be more unlike True Geordie. He won't be talking about nonsense if you went on there. You're fairly safe on that podcast, I think.
Like the whole idea of copying content is quite strange. Like especially on YouTube, it's like as long as you put your own twist on it or whatever, then go ahead and do it. Yeah, sometimes if you see someone take your exact idea, like, you know, to a T and go and do it, sometimes there'll be a bit of, I don't say, I guess bitterness, I suppose, but at the same time, you can't be too butthurt about it. It's how YouTube works.
100%. And it's you can apply it to so many different walks of life. Look at the Cruyff turn.
Yeah.
You know, in football. You know, it's you know,
quite the comparison.
Well, you know, I doubt he was like, what the fuck are you doing that turn for, you prick? You know? So don't get upset.
That's a good analogy. It's weird that your brain went there.
I would have gone more towards you and Ricky Gervais.
Well, all right, leave that out. What would you say is your best video you've ever made?
Oh, my best video. This is just purely because I love watching it. It's just like the roundup montage videos that I do at the end of every year because I get to look back and I go, shit, I did some really cool shit this year. So in terms of that, but I love also right now, my favorite, I guess the best question for me is more just like my favorite videos to make right now are like my YouTuber cook-off series.
Right.
Like that's something I have so much fun with. And every time I'm thinking about how I can make it better, and there's so much scope for it as well. So I love that part of it. But if you were like, if there's one video to select,
let's say that I had to delete your whole channel, but you could keep one video.
I'm trying to think. made so many shit videos. I'm not actually. Let me have a quick scroll.
All right.
It'll be a recent one because I feel like right now I'm making really good videos.
What one would you
compared
keep?
to before?
For me, begrudgingly, for obvious reasons we won't go into, it'd be the ghost documentary.
Right. Fair enough. What about you, Stevie?
That'd be on the podcast. which podcast episode?
All right. Which podcast would you keep? You have to delete all of them. But I'm also going to say Gervais is deleted automatically.
Okay.
Because then it makes it more tricky.
Maybe it'd be like the meal deal episode then. That's one of
a special one, isn't it?
Urban Legends 2, the one that's just been released.
Yeah.
I bloody love. I've seen that. Have you seen my baby stuff? It's just.
But I
mental.
like all them ones like meal deal, conspiracy, urban, like that kind of stuff. Yeah.
What you're saying is you really hate it when we have a guest.
Yeah, they bring the mood down. Do you know what I mean?
I'm just innocently scrolling.
Fuck's sake.
I really, mate. To be honest, I honestly can't decide. Like, there's so many videos here. I'm struggling to even remember what half of them are.
Well, one I don't know if this was on your channel or not, but you've actually made a video of Cristiano Ronaldo, haven't you?
Yeah, but you know, those things are cool, but I wouldn't be like, in terms of a video making thing, I wouldn't go, wow, I'm super proud of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a cool experience, you know, filming with Ronaldo.
What was he like?
Okay, I think I can, I'll go into it. So I filmed with him, and it was sort of like a press style thing. We sat down. There wasn't a lot of press though. So we sat down. The camera say, "You're the camera right now." I'm sitting here. Ronaldo's here. He's got honestly about 15 people behind the camera, all just waiting for me to say something that I shouldn't either ask him and for them to jump in anyway. So I'm doing the video. He's a top bloke. He's loving it. It's so different from all the bollocks that he was having to go through before. As you find with most of the time you work with celebrities or whatever, is they tend to really enjoy the YouTube stuff because it's way more fun,
more freedom.
So yeah, you're going back and forth, and then it was for a fragrance, for one of his fragrances, and lady behind jumps in midway through and is saying like, "Yo, you need to ask more about the fragrance." And in my head, I'm thinking, I've already asked quite a bit here. Like, it seems a bit strange. Anyways, he kicks off in Portuguese, right? And I can't tell whether he's kicking off at me in Portuguese behind the thing or what. Anyways, it all goes past. It continues on. She had jumped in again one more time after that, and then he kicks off again at her in Portuguese. And so at this point, I'm there like, I have no idea if I've just absolutely fucked this or something else. So anyways, I've got all the recording. I go home. I get the recording. I send it to my mate that knows Portuguese, and he comes back to me, and he just says, "Oh mate, it was back in your corner. He was just telling her to shut up."
Really? That's amazing.
That's good for you though.
Yeah, she was like, it wasn't. It just sounded, because I think it might also be the language where it just sounded really like animated, and he was getting words up, but it wasn't. But at the time, like, everything is times 10.
Yeah,
I'm sweating my tits off. Like, it's similar heat in there. Face is bright red, but he was honestly top class.
Really?
Such a good bloke.
How nervous were you going into that?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous. I always said because I don't tend to get too nervous in front of any sort of celebrities or anything like that. But I think for me, Ronaldo, Messi, because just what we're growing up, like, I watch so much football and they're just absolute idols. So yeah, those two guys. So I was pretty nervous in front of Ronaldo, but the good thing is, because I have this weird thing, I don't know why, I didn't never even notice it, but when I start a YouTube video, it's like, "Hey guys," and the volume just rockets, like classic YouTuber. And instantly he was like, "Whoa," like this. And in the video it goes like that, and he just started busting up. So as soon as he did that, I could tell he was relaxed and up for a laugh. Yeah. So it helped the rest of the video. Was it just
just like a usual kind of interview?
Yeah, no. So I was doing it. So it was like, I was asking him, okay, you've scored 473 goals with your right foot. Do you reckon you've scored more with your left and head combined or not? So it was all just like trivia, but about him.
Right.
And I think he quite enjoyed that.
I can see that.
Yeah. But no, he was honestly so sound. Like, it was really good.
Do you not get starstruck then at all?
Not really. There's definitely like a small list of people that I would be like, yeah, this is pretty nuts.
So go on then. So if you could make a video with anyone, who would you choose?
Oh, if I could make a video with
top three,
anyone.
like traditional celebrities, like big names.
Okay, I would go. Just as in like a YouTube video, or am I just like hanging out with them? Does that make sense?
What would you prefer? It's your show.
If I was to hang out with someone,
right?
I've got a lot of questions for Drake.
Okay.
A lot of questions there. I feel like David Attenborough in there just so before he kicked, before
he's outed.
Yeah, I've got to say that. And I just want to hear him talk as well.
Yeah.
And then third person. Who would I like to chat to? I don't know.
Posty?
No. It's not on there. Oh, have you seen all the Post Malone stuff?
Yeah.
Mad.
Brutal.
He's come out. He's addressed it, hasn't he?
Yeah, saying there was nothing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. It looked real ropey.
Yeah. It did.
I hope he's good. You find it all the time when they go on tour. It's just because they're bored. There's nothing to do when you're on tour.
Yeah.
And you're surrounded by people, your friends. They just want to get smashed and have girls around. So you end up just doing a bunch of shit.
I really hope he doesn't go the way that we've seen some people go, because that'd be fucking mental. Go on, number 3.
Number 3, I would go with... Well, I haven't met Messi yet. I'd like to sit down and chat with Messi then.
Right.
So I can say I've met Ronaldo and Messi, and then I can truly let you guys know who the GOAT is.
Yeah.
Can he speak English? I feel like he can't, and I don't know why I have that in my mind.
Well, I was learning fucking sign language then.
Not Argentinian. No matter what, I'm only going to learn sign language. Like Messi knows sign language.
He's there like that. Messi's like, what the fuck are you doing, mate?
In English.
So James Arthur wouldn't be up there for you then?
No. Oh, mate. I'd love to film like a little bit of a video with him. Yeah, that whole Twitter scuffle was hilarious.
That was weird.
Fiona suggested that I ask you about it today.
Yeah.
All the YouTube scene jumped in on it. I jumped in on it as well. Thought it was well
It was
funny.
class.
He already had me blocked though, which was annoying.
Well, we can officially say we got him off of Twitter.
Oh, is he no longer on there?
He says it's his media team that do it now. I don't know whether that's changed now.
Yeah.
But, a day afterwards, he was like, yeah, I can't hack it.
How did that start? If anyone doesn't know, were you the first one to have beef with him?
It was me and Simon. Both were like cracking. I can't remember it now. I remember it was literally the day after the KSI fight, though.
Yeah.
Because we were in Vegas, just like having so much fun with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he just tweeted out. Then we just started tweeting. They were just like stupid internet, like funny internet shit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything serious. I think Harry probably said the only offensive thing, and then everything else was, and then he was just, because it wasn't even us though. It was like, loads of the followers just ended up just like giving him stick, but it wasn't anything like, it's nothing too bad.
You called him a wetty. Yeah,
I called him a wetty. Do you know what I mean? It's just stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But he obviously not used to it or whatever. So he
came back and he said that he was going to slap your head off your shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah, which is unreal. But then, not only that, I made a joke on my Instagram story. Someone asked me like, "Oh, what do you think of James Arthur?" on my story, and I said like, "Oh, he's a wetty" or something like that on my Insta story. And then he replied to it he hit me with a DM. I'll see if I can find it now. He literally sent me this massive I either just liked it or I ignored it.
Oh, you savage.
I did find the whole situation so weird because he was replying to like 13-year-old Sidemen fans.
Have you got it?
Okay, here we go.
Oh, it's long. It looks.
It is. So yeah. Okay, well, I'm sorry to the listeners here, but you can see it's literally just me there saying he's a wetty.
He's a wetty.
Yeah,
that's literally it. Yeah.
Yeah, and so then he's replied with the state of you. And then he's gone. So stop acting hard. And then, like, you're the one that told me you were gonna slap the head off my shoulders. Anyways, then he goes, you just trying to get a cheap laugh off kids, aren't you? Like 25. This is, and at the time I was actually a few days before 25. So. This is between. Oh yeah, he goes. This is between you and me. Now I'm messaging you direct. All right, Dad.
Yeah. Like he's Kim Jong-un. My finger's on the button.
Yeah. Fucking
Anyways,
idiot.
literally, it's
Carry on.
It's honestly, mate. It's just complete waffle.
We can get a 10-minute clip out of this, boy.
I'm not playing games, man. That's seriously offensive, and I take offense to it because I think in a different one I called him something else as well, but it's not there anymore.
It's not anything harsh though.
So mate, there was nothing. I would never have put anything that's like really harsh, but he just kept calling it offensive.
Madness. And then he was tweeting about how he's put money on Logan Paul winning or something like that.
Yeah, because he was on a wind up as well. So I was literally like, if you're on a wind up, I'm on a wind up. It's fair game now.
Yeah.
And it's not my fault you couldn't handle it on Twitter or whatever, and so you've sacked it off. He sent me that DM, and I just literally just aired it.
Fair enough.
Nice.
What a weirdo. It reminds me of the time.
Strange.
It's funny that he threatened violence on you, because I had that with a kind of like a mainstream artist, didn't I? Bit of a different.
I wasn't going who. Oh,
Ellie Goulding.
Oh yeah.
Have to say, Ellie Goulding's more intimidating than James Arthur.
I thought you were saying than me. I was like, fair enough.
also true.
Yeah. No, she threatened to knock me out, didn't she?
Yeah.
Bless her. But then I see videos.
You can't say bless her after.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. What's wrong with that? She's a wettie.
Oh, here we go.
Now you've gone too far, mate. You've gone way too far.
I do get a little bit scared when I see her do her kickboxing videos, though. On
Yeah.
a little Instagram. Sorry. We'll wrap it up. I couldn't leave it without asking you the famous question. Do you really want to be in the Sidemen?
I think did you ask me this last time? I get this asked all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways. And the answer has always been the same for the last 6-7 years, whatever it's been.
Do you secretly feel like you are part of them?
No, because my bank account does not reflect.
Right.
You know, I'm not at all. But I've said that for ages. It's like, you know, people have been asking. Now it's a hot topic because I was in like their last 4 Sidemen Sundays. So everyone's like, "Are you in it? Are you not?"
Right.
I'm not. They've just asked me. They've asked quite a few YouTubers to be in the last few. So yeah, no, I'm not in it. I will never be in it. That's not for any particular reason other than the fact that what they're doing is so spot on. There's no need.
Yeah.
There's no need. And more power to them. You know, they started it.
Yeah.
Just because I'm good mates with them, why the hell should I just then join in what they've created and all that? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what a few of them have said when they've been on there, haven't they? It's like it was the people that were there at the very start and that built it. That is why there'll never be anyone else in it. That's why they said.
I knew he'd say no. I just wanted to ask him the question because somebody on Twitter asked. Well, fucking loads of people on Twitter asked there. Here's a spicy one. Let's say you could, right, tomorrow.
I could what?
You be in part of them, right? You get the bank account, you get everything that go with it, right? You change the course of time, really. So you have to kick one of them out, but you won't offend them because they would have never been there.
Time machine shit.
Who are you kicking out?
Okay, I would kick out.
And I want reasons. Are they a wetty?
Yeah. I'm just trying to. So wait, why would I? Because I get the problem. I get along with all of them. So the reason for getting rid of them would just be like.
You can say a silly reason.
Who
do you think adds the least?
I'd probably get rid of Simon. I'd get rid of Simon because everyone says we look alike all the time.
Right.
And so I couldn't be fucking arsed for that. Even more than not.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
fair enough.
Yeah.
We've got a couple more Twitter questions we'll finish on. Quick fire, because they're not the best.
I read through the thing and I was thinking, fucking hell, he's going to struggle tomorrow.
Yeah. Stephen Davison says, did you once think your channel was dead? And did you have to actively revive it?
No, I never. See, I had always said that if someone comes back with a good enough video and good enough content, they can always sort of revive a channel.
Yeah.
So I never thought it was dead. There was a time where I didn't upload for like 6 or 7 months though. So I guess you could say it was dead at that time because I literally wasn't uploading.
Is that not scary though? Because if I didn't upload for 6 or 7 months, I would be homeless.
But it was also just like a burnout though. You know, I was just so tired, so done. I didn't really know what videos I wanted to make, so it was a bit of a mid YouTube crisis, if you will.
Yeah.
But then I came back and I knew I had to come back with a big video. And then at that time, KSI shaving my head was always going to do pretty well.
Fair enough.
So I did that, and then ever since then I've sort of remained.
And now it's popping off quite nice now, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's doing really well, and you know I spent a lot more time focusing on trying to make my videos better, and I'm also a lot more aware of what people want to see. And but before I didn't give a shit about how you title or thumbnail anything,
right? And
now it's so integral into how you do anything.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I just spend a lot more time figuring out.
Fair enough. Well in for smashing it again.
Thank you.
Will says, what is your accent? But we went over that.
Yeah.
Declan Edwards says, if you could switch channels with any YouTuber, who and why?
Probably be Mr. Beast, mate. It's a bit of a generic, you know, it's a bit of a lame response, but I mean, for obvious reasons, Mr. Beast. And I think like I love the fact that he's just doing it with his friends, because that's literally what I do as well, is just me dicking around with friends, and he's doing that just with a lot more money than me.
Yeah, it's mad. I was watching something. I haven't watched his channel in months and months, and I started binging it the other day. It's mental.
Is it?
Like
I haven't really watched it.
Oh mate, I just didn't like. He did one recently where it's like anything you can fit in the red square, you keep. And I was watching it, and I didn't look how long the video was, and I was just eating my tea, just watching it. And then like he buys this guy like all of this shit, so it comes to like 100k or something. Then he goes to the next one. Then he goes to the next one, and I sit there and I'm watching it for about 20 minutes. I'm like, how? When does this finish? Like it just felt like I'd watched 100 videos in one.
Yeah.
So the money that he must give away is fucking unreal.
Where the fuck does it come from?
Brand deals, honey,
and his
revenue.
The views are genuinely like obscene. Like they're all doing over
30
million plus. So he's
He gives away a lot though. So is that recuperated?
If I were to guess, I have no figures on it, but like you said, honey tends to appear quite a lot on his channel. Things like that. I mean, they've got to be paying well over 100, 150, 200k a video. I would imagine, because I mean, that's 20. If you can guarantee 20 million eyeballs on something, in fact, he's probably getting paid more than 200k. What am I talking about? Yeah, probably more than that. But anyways, that's what I'm saying is that if he gives away 100k, 150k, and he keeps all the ad revenue, which is probably another 60. I don't know what his CPM is, but another 100k. Like he's doing sweet.
He genuinely does seem like he's not that arsed about the money, though.
No, he's not. No. I really get that as well, that he just doesn't give a shit about the money. Yeah. And he just invests that money back into his videos, and that's what's got him to where he is now. Yeah. A lot of people back in the day is once you start getting a bit of money, saving it, because who the hell would want to spend 15, 20 grand on a video? But he did that, 20 grand turns into 40 grand. But at the same time, his channel is also skyrocketing. Yeah. And so while his spend was going up, so was his income. And so it worked so perfectly for him, and he's absolutely smashed it.
Fair enough. I think it's a nice place to leave it. Yeah. Cal, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for having me on, boys.
You're welcome on anytime you like, mate. Stevie, nice one.
We survived. That's good. I'm happy.
Wow. Yeah, well, I mean, my real issue is now when I go and speak to Fiona on the way home. But but apart from that...
New proud father. Soon to be.
There we go. This has been Jack Mate's Happy Hour with Calfreezy, with Doody, and with Stevie. We'll see you next time.
See you guys.
A bit.